Welcome to Sodo Creations, where we make your imagination a reality. Today we are going to design a gingerbread house. This inspo I learned from the event answer on YouTube. I found her video and she has a great tutorial on this, and that's where I learned this from. This is going to be my first time designing it. So let me walk you through how I do it. So I bought the link balloons. This is what you will need to design it so that it's stable. I would not recommend any other balloons because using glue or using other forms of adhesive might not work very well, especially since we have to twist the balloons. I'm inflating the balloons right now to 9 inches. So you also need a balloon sizer for this. I actually ended up inflating more balloons than I needed. You'll see the extra later on in the video. But we're inflating each one and tying pairs together. Some of the strings we are going to create are even numbers and some are odd numbers. So right now you see me adding one extra balloon to the pairs I created before so that I have 3 balloons to add to the balloons strings that are odd numbers. Hopefully this makes sense and hopefully I'm explaining this well for you to understand. So with the design, you're going to have 6 balloons, 7 balloons, 8 balloons, 9 balloons are going to be your tallest one. So now we're assembling our strings. The pairs we design, we just take the ends and tie. This is why I say you need the link balloons for this design. So right now I have 6 balloons, and at the top end I'm going to add a white balloon. So for every string of brown you add a white, and this will be the end of our gingerbread house. Next we'll do 7. So we did 6 with a white on top. Now I take my 3 there to make 7 and I add a white one on top. So we'll keep this trend going. Now we're going to use 8, so I don't need any of the 3 that I put in the back. I'm just going to combine. That's 4, 6 right there, and then 8. Once I tie this, again, add a white balloon at the top. This is going to be our rooftop. So then last, well, not last, but next, our tallest one is going to be 9. So we have the 2 pairs that are 4 right there. Then we have 6. Then we take our 3 to make 9, and then we're going to add the white. After this 9, you're going to create the 2 right here, and then you'll have 3 with the white on top. I'm just combining the longer pieces here just to reduce the number of balloons that I have. And the 2 and 3 for the brown are the arch above the door. So I'm adding this, and I'll try my best to show you a different view so that you can see exactly what the layout looks like. It makes a lot more sense once everything is laid out and I'm able to show you that part. So that's the 3 right there, and then I have the white. Pretty much each one has one on top. So from the left, my left side, it is 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, and all have a white on top. So the white I'm not counting. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, and then you repeat the same thing in the opposite direction. So you start 3, 2, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll write that out here for you guys in just a second. So now I'm repeating the other balloons in the pattern that I just gave you. Once we're done creating all our links, then we'll start assembling our wall. I consider this a type of wall different from the organic walls that we've designed in the past. But this was interesting and fun to make as well. More time consuming because you have to size all your balloons. But other than that, it was a fun decor experience. My mom really liked the design. Now we are going to try to assemble everything. You can kind of see the layout here, but once I start putting everything together, then you'll see how well it ties in. In order to make everything secure, we're going to inflate regular balloons in 5 inches, but sizing them to 4 inches. We need several of these to put on the tips in between the balloon twist so that it's more stable, and you'll understand as I show you here shortly. I'm just explaining so you know why we are inflating these smaller balloons. So again, sizing them to 4 inches. Once we are done sizing all of them, we're tying the pairs together. You're going to take the 6 and the 7 column, twist it together twice, and then put one of those 4 inches in between the twist and turn that around. Now I'm going to slow down shortly so you can see what I'm talking about. And when you get to the top, you just tie the white to the base of the other white. So double twist, slide that in, twist that 4-inch balloon around. So you're pretty much just twisting and turning the top piece back down. So skipping one, twist and twist, because you still want the rows that we talked about to be in the same position. So sliding that through, bringing the bottom one up and twisting it and bringing it back down. So again, skipping, twist, that moves your other one over, and then you're putting it back in place. The row is what I'm talking about. Then you're going to slide the 4-inch pair and twist that to hold everything in place. This should keep it nice and secure, where you're not worried about it coming apart, especially when you twist them. It stays really nice and snug. So you can see, slide it in, bring it down from the bottom, and twist the top down. So here you just tie the end of that white to the base of the other white. So now we're going to end up with 4 columns instead of the number we had before. Moving on to the other side of the door. So we're repeating the same thing. Right now I'm working on twisting the 9 and the 8, doing the same thing I just showed you, but on the opposite side. When I get to the top, I'm going to tie that white to the base of the tallest white. So you can see me do that here. Sometimes those link balloons can be a little slippery because they don't have the end that you usually tie. But now I'm twisting the 7 and the 6. Same pattern. Sabi is working on getting all the foil balloons. These are the balloons we used for that candy themed birthday party. I figured it would come to good use so we don't have to pop them soon. Some of them were already not doing well, but the others look great. Now to combine the 2 columns we've designed, you're just going to tie the end that you have that's exposed, or you can just put them together and put one of these pairs of the 4 inches to twist it in place and hold it in place. So I'm going to show you here what I'm talking about. This is the point that's exposed right there. You're tying it to this one. Then that one here, you're tying it to that one. Another balloon there is deflated. You'll see me fix that later on. I'm not sure what was going on with these balloons. So I put it together, take one of the 4 inches, slide it in between, twist it around where the top one goes around to the bottom, just twist that, and then combine my roof there again. You can see now where the roof is getting that angle to form the arch for the roof. So this is the 2 and 3. We're doing the same thing. Of course, you have a shorter strand, so we just have that bottom piece, then tying the roof. That forms our roof right there. I'm tying that piece on the bottom to combine it, then combining the 2 and twisting it together again. Now we're going to work on connecting the 2 pieces. It's easier for me to just tie the white balloon, that's the very top, tie the white balloons together. That helps better align it. But again, you can just put it together and align it how you like. So right now we're pretty close to being done with the base of our structure. The problem is this cannot stand on its own. Even inflating some. Now I have the one balloon here that I'm fixing. You can see where it's completely deflated. I'm tying one end there. Then I'm going to use my scissors to cut off that end so this balloon will fit snug. Finding an end to be able to tie this to. There you go. We fixed that problem. I had to fix two more of these. So 3 total. I have my lamppost here. I get these, or I purchased these years ago from Walmart. I've read in several posts that they're more expensive than they used to be. They used to be $9.99. Someone said they're now $13.99 here in the US, but not sure what state you live in or where you are, but they're adjustable. That's why I like them, because I use this for several decor designs, and the bottom is weighted. So we're going to use this as the structure for our gingerbread house. So I put it in between the balloons, twist the 4 inches around it to keep it in place. And there you have it. So sliding that through here, in between, you're going to twist the bottom piece around to hold it. You're pretty much twisting that 4-inch balloon around the pole. So, and then bringing that bottom piece back down to keep it in place. I slowed down so it's easy for you guys to see. I know sometimes I try to edit so that the videos are not too long, but I also keep in mind that it's hard to tell what I'm doing if I'm going at 4 times the speed. This is where I plan to put it, in front of the barn doors at the venue. We have 2 of these. This is the one that's closest to the main door. I figured it would be a nice spot to take pictures. I have some pictures to show you guys at the end. For the design, Sabi helped me move it over. Now I'm inflating a different shade of brown here without the link. So I'm inflating these to 9 inches. So far we've been inflating the bigger ones to 9. These are going to be 8 inches, creating pairs of these. In addition to our 4-inch size balloon, this also helps with structure. So see all the holes in between all the balloons? That's what we're going to cover. So you're just going to slide this in, see how it fills it, and just makes it look so much better. And you can see the gingerbread house is flimsy right now. Not flimsy, but it's not firm, not straight, because it doesn't have these balloons in between. So we're going to work on adding all of these one at a time. Here it's a little hard to, I guess you could do this on the ground, but I figured maybe it would be easier here. Where you have the pole, you have to kind of squeeze the balloon a little more to get it around that pole. But once you do that, it fits snug in where the pole is. So I thought I was going to drop the other side. So my mom came to help here, put it in or hold it so that I can fit the balloons. So sliding one at a time, making sure that it goes all the way through. And when it goes through, you notice it just fits. You can see where it shows the same amount on the back as it is on the front right there. We'll adjust all that later. I actually go back and tie a shorter pole, those shorter poles to the back end, just so the gingerbread house doesn't keep coming forward from the sides. I do that later on. So filling all the holes, I have to keep checking, make sure that I'm not missing any. And I think I was missing maybe 1 or 2 of the smaller balloons at some point, but sliding everything in. I'm also rushing. If there's a video I do without saying I'm rushing, I don't know who I would be. But we've been invited to a housewarming party that Maya recently purchased, and I'm so excited for her. So we're rushing so we can go there, at least celebrate with her, you know, not always stay busy and not be present for other people. Sander is here setting up his backdrop on the side. It's the day before our photos with Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So if you are on my other social media platforms, we have TikTok and Instagram. I post short videos there when I'm able to, for different things. So you see our event there. But I'm putting the white 4 inches as well, size on the rooftop, just to create that line and make it more defined. I really like how it changes how the gingerbread house looks. If this is your first time on the channel, please consider clicking that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It really supports my channel. YouTube has been very different lately. It's hard to tell what works and what people really want to see. So I just try to post what I can, hoping that you guys would see it, like it, share it, comment. And I appreciate all of you who are subscribed and who share my content and who always comment with wonderful questions and just wonderful, loving comments all the time. So the kids are ready to go. I'm trying to rush. I figured I would maybe come. Actually, it's the next day. I'm talking, I forgot what was going on. So next day, this is the day for the photos with Santa. So I'm putting my foil balloons on the rooftop. The kids are ready to take pictures with Santa. It's a little chilly. We just turned the heater on, waiting for everything to warm up. You can see the 2 balloons that are deflated there. I'll fix that in a second. But using 260 balloons, half of them to just tie my foil balloons in place. I'm just going around the 4-inch and placing it, tying a knot there. It's easier to put it where the 4-inch balloons are because it just fits better. So I put those along the rooftop, and then we're gonna add a couple of candy canes. The turnout for this event wasn't that great, but it was a lot better than last year. You guys saw the big event we did last year, so this was not as much work, and I like that I was able to design this gingerbread house where people could take photos, my family as well, and then they took pictures with Santa. Sabi designed the welcome sign. She has been loving playing with Canva lately. I'll show you guys what she designed for the welcome sign as well. But thank you guys again for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Hopefully next year we have bigger things to come. I'm praying that we can grow and keep going. So these are the candy canes. We are about done with the design, just setting up our table. We have snacks there on the left for guests to come in and purchase. And then we have our jumbo cards that we're offering this year. You can check that out on our TikTok and Instagram. So thank you guys once again. I hope you guys are planning a fun Christmas. I'll have a couple of videos to show you how to fold napkins, and just stay tuned for that. Don't forget to click the notification bell. That's the welcome sign. That's the final design, and that's them with Mrs. Claus.